Good Tuesday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. The Leavenworth National Fish Hatchery and its sister operations have a new boss. We'll tell you who it is. A Wenatchee man who was arrested after a concealed handgun fell out of his pants in Pybus Public Market has reached a plea deal in the case. More misty rain and low-hanging clouds around our area today with much better weather on the way. All the details coming up. Wenatchee Valley Port Commissioner J.C. Baldwin has the approval of a key Senate committee to serve as a state transportation commissioner. Baldwin was appointed to that board last July by Governor Jay Inslee, but has yet to be confirmed by the Senate. On Monday, the Senate Transportation Committee voted unanimously to recommend her appointment to the full Senate, which may hold a vote before adjourning on March 7th. By law, the governor's appointees can begin serving even before confirmation takes place. Baldwin has been attending commission meetings since August. Chelan County Sheriff's deputies say a Wenatchee man with a lengthy record fled from them while driving a stolen vehicle on Monday. 33-year-old Michael Dennis McGuire was arrested and faces possible charges, including fleeing police, resisting arrest, reckless driving, and possessing a stolen vehicle. Deputies say the stolen Toyota Tacoma was spotted heading on Highway 2, heading into Cashmere about 12:45 p.m. McGuire allegedly sped away from police through downtown Cashmere and then abandoned the truck and fled on foot with deputies pursuing. They finally arrested McGuire near Cottage Avenue and Woodring Street. He most recently served nearly 3 years in prison for multiple counts of forgery and identity theft. The Leavenworth National Fish Hatchery and its sister operations have a new boss. Bill Gale joined the hatchery operation in 2008 and most recently served as its project leader. Last month, Gale was named complex manager for the system of fisheries on the Mid-Columbia, which includes salmon hatcheries in Leavenworth, Eniat, and Winthrop. The Leavenworth hatchery alone rears 1.2 million spring Chinook salmon each year. Makennah Little was recently crowned as the 2024 Miss Greater Wenatchee after competing in the Miss East Cascade Scholarship Competition. Part of her duties in her new role is to attend local community events. NCWLIFE News caught up with Makennah at the grand opening of the new People's Bank in East Wenatchee to learn more about her pageant experience.
Honestly, it was probably one of the best experiences of my life. I was born and raised in Wenatchee, and so being able to represent, my community and also the Miss America scholarship opportunity is absolutely amazing. So there's a few different responsibilities. I think first and foremost, I am the title holder for the Greater Wenatchee area, which is such a privilege. And the Miss America organization has 4 points. We have scholarship, success, style, and service. And we really pride ourselves on representing those. And the big thing for me is service and engaging with my community. I am so excited to represent my community and to be out here. So thank you for having me. So I am at the People's Bank grand opening in East Wenatchee, and let me tell you, this building is beautiful. They did such an amazing job on it. I would like to tell everyone, thank you, thank you, thank you. I wouldn't be here without my family, my friends, my coworkers, my community. I am who I am because of my community and because of this beautiful valley.
When we come back, the Community Foundation of North Central Washington has launched a new grant program and is seeking board volunteers to oversee fund distributions within communities. And the annual Homeless Point-in-Time Count survey was conducted throughout Chelan and Douglas counties on January 25th, and the results are in, and we have those results coming up. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
It's cold outside and time to make sure your loved ones are safe and secure at home during the cold months ahead. Aging in Adult Care has low-cost in-home care options for seniors, adults with disabilities, and for caregivers assisting relatives or friends. Services like housekeeping, personal care, and home-delivered meals can make such a difference for you or someone you know. These services and more are available by calling Aging in Adult Care's offices at 1-800-572-4459.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
Caught in a conflict? Family? Workplace? Neighbor? Business? Housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
A Wenatchee man who was arrested after a concealed handgun fell out of his pants in Pybus Public Market has reached a plea deal in the case. 64-year-old Kenneth Stanley Berry was originally charged with unlawful firearm possession and carrying a concealed pistol without a permit after his gun fell to the floor of a Pybus restaurant last August. Berry has a past criminal conviction that barred him from possessing a firearm. In agreement with Chelan County prosecutors, Berry pleaded instead to forgery and served 1 day in jail. He said he falsely filled out paperwork to buy the handgun last year, mistakenly thinking his criminal record had been expunged. The Community Foundation of North Central Washington has launched a new grant program and seeking new board volunteers to oversee fund distributions within communities. The new Legacy Fund grant program is replacing the foundation's Regional Impact Grant program, which ended last year and will focus on distributing funds to community-centered charities across North Central Washington. Local advisory boards comprised of individuals from each community are tasked with reviewing applications and distributing funds. If you are interested in being on your community's board, you can apply on the foundation's website. The annual Homeless Point-in-Time Count survey was conducted throughout Chelan and Douglas counties on January 25th, and the results are in, showing an increase in unhoused individuals. Results recorded 141 unsheltered people in comparison to the 121 recorded last year. However, results also recorded 341 sheltered individuals. This was 27 people fewer than last year. Chelan County Commissioner Kevin Overbay said the data will help the Chelan-Douglas Homeless Housing Task Force establish priorities and projects for the next 5 years. Coming up next in tonight's feature story, we continue our interviews with the Apple Blossom Royalty Top 10 candidates. Tonight, we introduce you to Laurel Patterson. More sun than clouds in our North Central Washington weather forecast with above normal temperatures coming up. I'll have all the details coming your way in your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
Working with August Edge Real Estate, both sellers and buyers feel confident knowing they are in the hands of award-winning professionals. August Edge offers a 2% listing commission, which includes above-standard service and technology.
We offer high-tech 3D imagery, drone photos, local North Central Washington TV ads, and impressive smart flyer installed at your listing. The August Edge website also hosts your home with an interactive featured listing page.
August Edge is professional, personable, and preferable.
Valentine's Day is February 14th. Show the one that you love how much you appreciate her with a gift certificate for Merry Maids to clean your home. Merry Maids will do the work and you'll be the hero. Merry Maids are professionally trained, licensed, bonded, and insured. They'll do the job right, satisfaction guaranteed. Find them on Facebook at Merry Maids of Wenatchee or visit merrymaids.com and call for a gift certificate for your Valentine. Call today and you'll have a gift certificate for Valentine's Day. Call Merry Maids and relax. It's done.
Watch the Apple Blossom Royalty Selection Pageant presented by Cashmere Valley Bank live on the NCWLIFE channel. Coverage is brought to you by our Platinum supporter, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling, Gold supporter, Town Auto Group, also by Apple Valley Honda, Coldwell Banker Cascade, Harvest Valley Pest Control, Prestige Senior Living at Colonial Vista in Wenatchee and East Wenatchee, Together for Youth, Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center, Boswell's Home Furnishings, and Wenatchee Valley Technical Skills Center. It's the Apple Blossom Royalty Selection Pageant live on the NCWLIFE channel.
5 young women from Eastmont schools and 5 from the Wenatchee School District will compete Saturday to become Apple Blossom Royalty. NCWLIFE channel will be there for the Royalty Selection Pageant. Our morning host Dan Kuntz spent some time with each of the young candidates learning about what motivated them to join the pageant quest. Tonight, meet Eastmont High School senior Laurel Patterson.
Was this something that you wanted to do when you were just a little kid?
Yeah, I mean, it has. I've always looked up to the royalty members in the past, and I was pretty nervous to sign up this year, to be honest, but I'm so glad that I did. I've just had a wonderful experience so far. So.
Did you get a chance to talk to anybody who went through this before?
Yeah,
older
I
classmates,
have.
things like that?
Yeah, I used to work with one of the top 10 candidates from last year, and also the queen from 2 years ago, Ryan. And so that's been super cool. I also know Dylan Schmitten from last year, and so they've helped me so much throughout this process.
So there was never any doubt on November 6th, even though Darcy tries to scare you.
No, there was a few hesitations, but no doubts.
Good. There was never any doubt after November 6th you were going to go for it. What was it like backstage when the time came? There's the 26, 27 candidates backstage, curtains are closed, they start announcing names one by one, and as the names start ticking off, and you go, well, did I do it? Am I making? What was that like?
It was kind of an indescribable experience throughout this whole process before getting top 10. I always knew that I would be okay, no matter what happened, as long as I tried and I put myself out there and I did the thing. It wasn't really up to me, and so I felt pretty confident that I would be okay no matter if my name was called or not. And it was, and I'm of course super happy that it was, but I think I was just ready to, not for it to be over in a way, but just to feel accomplished, that I made it through that segment and either could move on in one way or the other, and so, yeah.
Well, how much have you changed since November 6th, for that matter?
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me an example. I mean,
well, I've learned to wear a lot more lipstick thanks to Darcy. She's told us that so many times, and I've just gained a lot of appreciation for our valley. I've had exposure to it in a way that not a lot of many young women get to, and so it's just been so cool. Like, we toured Columbia Fruit the other day, and I would have never had that chance if I didn't make this. And so, yeah, I mean, I've grown a lot, and with all the lessons that we've had, and it's just been so cool. And so I'm just so grateful that, I've gotten a chance to do it.
And then on February 10th, Saturday, February 10th, you spend the entire day being judged by judges, by people who know what they're doing, and they're being well compensated. I think they get meal money and a nice hotel room, and that's about it. But they know what they're doing, and you're going to be judged all day. Is that something you're ready to do?
I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty nervous. I think all of us girls are. It can be intimidating to get up in front of someone, and I mean, it's kind of just like an interview, but you are being judged, and I just like to think that, no matter what, as long as I am myself and authentic and I share, my gifts and who I am, and, they can decide if that's something that they want to allow represent Wenatchee Valley, and if not, then that's okay, and, I'll be doing something else somewhere. So I kind of like the first process for top 10 selection. I was nervous, but I know that I'll be okay no matter what happens.
When the day is done and Laurel doesn't have to do anything for anybody anymore, all her obligations are taken care of, the homework's done, and it's just Laurel time to do what Laurel likes to do. What do you do to find your true north?
I would say sleep is one of the biggest things that I think just kind of makes me feel reset and renewed. It's kind of funny because a lot of people know me, as I go to bed at 8 p.m. and I can sleep in as long as, I want to. And so if I'm tired or angry or having a bad bad day, Laurel needs to take a nap. And so that's one of the things. And also connecting with the people that I love. I feel like I can be healed just having a conversation with my mom about something or a friend. And so those are the two things that I think really help me at the end of the day. Yeah.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a great Tuesday. Lots of clouds out there once again. We started off the day with that misty rain, and throughout the afternoon, this is a lot of what the upper elevations were seeing. This is our Blag Mountain Sky-Fi Tower camera. We did see some patchy fog throughout North Central Washington, even some light snow flurries around parts of the area today, and that'll continue to be our trend as we make our way through this week. Mountain snow showers are possible. We'll see lowering snow levels mainly tomorrow night into Friday, and be prepared for snowy travel, especially if you're going over Stevens, Snoqualmie, even Blewett throughout this week. Just some light snow to make it a little bit slick out there. Today's high temperature, it was a nice one. 43 degrees unofficially. 39 is now our normal high temperature for this time of year. 56, our record, that was set in 1967. 36 this morning. 10 degrees above where we should be at 26 for our normal low. 0 is our record, and that was set back in 2014. We picked up almost 0.2 of an inch of precipitation over the last 24 hours. That gets us to 1.45 inches, and just under now 0.3 of an inch over what we should see for precip this time of year. Sunrise 7:20 this morning, and the sun set not too long ago at 5:10. Taking a look at what we can expect now for Wednesday, temperatures a lot like today. We'll see mainly mid-40s for the Columbia Basin, including Moses Lake and Ephrata, 44 for Quincy, and then 42s from Ellensburg through Wenatchee, Entiat, and into Chelan, where we'll see a little bit warmer weather as we head north into Omak. High temperature there tomorrow at 44. Leavenworth, you will see a high tomorrow of an even 40 degrees. So those temperatures still slightly above normal. Tonight, we'll continue to see some patchy fog. It's mainly from this area of low pressure that's bringing some clouds in. Here's the big trough associated with that, but we've also got high pressure, and that's up and over us. That'll be our weather for Wednesday. Patchy fog, partly cloudy skies by afternoon tomorrow. I think it'll be a decent day in the afternoon with highs in those low 40s. As we get you into Thursday, boy, it really gets nice. Partly cloudy skies. You can see just a smattering of clouds over the western U.S. High temperatures on Thursday climbing into those mid-40s. For Friday, getting into the end of the work week, we are going to see some sunshine. Mostly sunny throughout north central Washington. We're going to stay mild with temperatures about 5 degrees above where we should be. Highs on Friday in those low 40s. As we get into the upcoming weekend, partly cloudy skies. Here's high pressure, which is still bringing that nice warmer air into the Washington State and the Pacific Northwest. We'll see high temperatures on Saturday right around 40 degrees. Getting you into Sunday and the end of our weekend, Super Bowl Sunday. Yeah, that's our best chance for precipitation. Mostly cloudy. That was in the morning. This is in the afternoon. At least a 30% chance of rain. High temperatures, not bad though, right around that 40-degree mark. And then to kick off our next work week, here's our ridge, but it's kind of getting scrunched around the Oregon area because of this area of low pressure. So that'll bring us some clouds on Monday, mostly cloudy, but still mild with high temperatures in those low 40s. All right, your 7-day forecast, 33 overnight tonight, and then very consistent weather. Wednesday right through, well, we'll go into Saturday with partly cloudy, even mostly sunny skies on Friday. Looks like Thursday, our warmest day at 44 degrees. This weekend, partly cloudy Saturday and 41. Sunday, a chance for some rain showers, also around 41 degrees. And then for your Monday, mostly cloudy with a high of 42. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, I'll have a look at tonight's sports report as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
What once was old now is new to the NCWLIFE channel. Tune in for Bonanza, Superman, The Andy Griffith Show, The Beverly Hillbillies, The Invisible Man, The Lone Ranger, and The Lucy Show. Check your program guide for classic programming on NCWLIFE channel, your local TV station.
Time now to take a look at tonight's sports report. I'm Grant Olson in for Eric Granstrom. Well, as part of Black History Month, the Major League Baseball Network highlighted the first and last home runs of Ken Griffey Jr.
Ken Griffey Jr. now has made the club and is going to play in center field for them. Puts that one to left field. First swing is deep. Kittle back. Goodbye, home run. His first swing is a homer. Here's number 24 designated hitter Ken Griffey Jr. Man's a chance to see Junior's final couple of games. Junior has had an interesting year, to say the least. He has delivered some of the most dramatic hits and dramatic moments of this year or any year. And the 3-1 pitch. Swung on and hit deep to right field. And that baby's going to be on a line out of here. Fly away, Ken Griffey Jr. And for Junior, number 630 on the year. Just enough, a line shot home run. It had some giddy up to it, and it just kept on going. Ken Griffey Jr. For my money, the greatest Mariner of them all. There'd be no stadium here without him.
Only Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa hit more home runs than Griffey in the late 90s. Over a span of 4 seasons in Seattle, Griffey smacked 209 homers. He finished his Hall of Fame career with 603 round trippers and a lifetime .284 batting average. 3 high school baseball and softball programs will benefit this season as grant recipients from the Seattle Mariners. Bridgeport, Manson, and Waterville-Mansfield each received $5,000 grants from the Mariners On-Base Equipment Donation Fund. Monies are intended to help baseball and softball programs with new player equipment, safety equipment, and updates to their field of play. The North Central Washington schools are among a total of 10 across Washington and Oregon to receive the grant funding. So far, the Mariners have donated over $400,000 to help Northwest schools. Well, since we're talking baseball, it won't be long before the boys of summer are back in town with the Wenatchee Apple Sox. The 2024 schedule is out, with Wenatchee set to host Port Angeles to kick off the West Coast League season May 31st. Broadcast voice of the Apple Sox, Joel Norman, got together with Dan Kuntz over the holidays to talk about the season to come and bringing back Coach Mitch Darlington for another year with the Apple Sox.
You know, and it's one of those things, and Mitch and I were talking about this a few weeks ago, you know, you get into the off season and you start to remember little moments that kind of were footnotes as the season was happening, but you can go, you sit back one day and, oh gosh, remember that night, you know, this happened. Remember the night we had the packed house here, and it's fun to reminisce on that stuff here in the winter, as obviously a lot of us are starting to miss the warm weather as it gets a little bit colder. But, you know, a 37-17 team, second most wins in a season in Apple Sox history. Really fun group. Wish we could have gone even further than we did, but there was a lot to be proud of from that team. And, you know, you're going to have years. We talked about when the season ended, Dan. I remember we said, you know, you have a 10-game improvement from the year before, but you finished a round earlier than the year before. It was a different league this year. I think it was the top-heavy teams were really, really doggone good. And somehow we ran into a team who was just ahead of us in the standings in Victoria. And, you know, you tip your cap to them. They made it all the way to the championship. But really fun season, so much to be proud of. And frankly, as soon as it ended, all it did was excite us even more for 2024.
Part of putting together the 2024 season schedule starts over the winter as teams in the West Coast League get together. Norman says Wenatchee owner Jose Oglesby loves to use his talents to help with that process.
Yeah, the West Coast League owners meet several times throughout the offseason. The general managers had a meeting as well this year. That used to be a regular occurrence, kind of got away from it with the pandemic, and our GM, Allie Shank, was actually a big part of wanting to help bring those back, because she thought, you know, it's good for the owners to meet, but it's good for us, you know, the boots on the ground to meet as well. So they did that this past fall and got a chance to kind of give each other their blackout dates, those being days that you could not host games at your ballpark. And then And Jose's actually a big part of helping to put the schedule together. I think we mentioned before, no secret with his experience at Microsoft. He's pretty good with Microsoft Excel. So putting together different types of schedules is not much of a problem for him. So he's been a huge part of helping to make those. And like you said, Dan, I love the schedule this year. I think each year the league, they learn from the things where we go, hey, wait a sec, that didn't quite work out as well. And they give you schedules that work really well. And I think we'll touch on it, but the addition of the All-Star game, that's something we've been waiting for a while. Haven't had one since 2019.
We were supposed to host it the COVID year?
2020.
And of course there was no baseball at all. And then you haven't even had an All-Star game, have you?
Haven't had one since 2019 in Bend.
Is this going to be where it's going to do?
Well,
can you say anything?
We can't confirm where it's going to be at this year, but I can tell you it won't be here, unfortunately. As much as we would love to host it, it just wasn't the right year for us in that regard. So I will say the Who is going to be hosting it. Tremendous host. I don't think anyone will be surprised when it's there. And myself, I'll plan to be there, frankly, because a great ballpark to watch games at and just such a fun event. I went in 2019, and I wish I had gone the year before.
NCWLIFE will be back at the ballpark with several broadcasts this summer. Also, stay tuned for more on the opening day run with former Apple Sox skipper Ed Nags. It's an effort to raise awareness of suicide prevention that will include a live broadcast of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley from Paul Thomas Senior Stadium on May 1st. Well, there was a seeding game in high school basketball last night. The Lake Roosevelt girls beat Liberty Bell 67-42 to set things up for the first round of the District 6 2B tournament. The first round of the 6 2B boys tournament is tonight at Omak High School. The first game has Tenaska taking on Brewster at 6 p.m. The nightcap features Okanagan and Lake Roosevelt at 7:30. Meanwhile, the District 6 1B girls tournament begins tonight with Eniat hosting Cascade Christian at 6, while Wilson Creek visits Soap Lake. The loser of tonight's game's season comes to an end. It's a loser-out scenario for teams in the District 6 1A girls tournament as well tonight as Chelan hosts Omak at 6, while Kashmir takes on Quincy at 7. Meanwhile, the 1A boys also get their tournament underway tonight with Kashmir visiting Quincy at 7, while Chelan hosts Omak at 7:30 in a doubleheader at Chelan High School. That's a look at sports. I'm Grant Olson. We'll be back. And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more news from around North Central Washington, you can find us at ncwlife.com, on our social media channels, or on our mobile app for iPhone and Android. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. Email us at news@ncwlife.com or call 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us, and have a great night.